Okay, so welcome back. So I just didn't. One of the reasons why we take this little break in, so I can post the previous one separately, so that you all have two different video recording. One with the meditation healing the pain, and the other one with the cycle of five wisdom teachings. So that's the reason. So welcome back. And also, many of you are welcome to give feedback also during this session also. How was your meditation, working with your pain, and how, yeah, so in terms of the understanding of the principle of the teaching, understanding of the practice, and the experiences of the practice, and then also the sense of what I'm saying, that support. I think this is very, very important. If you think about, like people talk about the one of the very important part of well-being, health, and longevity is social interconnections, social connections. So, and a good sense of social connection, so that we are connecting with the cyberspace, cyber sangha, connecting through this cyberspace is a pure, elevated social connection. This social connection will bring more well-being, health, and sometimes there are a lot of studies, findings that social media bringing a lot of sense of depression for people, and because sometimes it's not particularly social media, but also one's relationship to social media. Instead of looking at the good things part of it, looking at the bad side part of the social media and feeling, jealous and envy and of other people. So that's obviously, when you're comparing all the time yourself with other people, and then comparing to the wrong place, those who have more, does more, think more, and so on, obviously it's not a good thing to compare. So for us, this is a great opportunity, the social connection here, and I hope that you share your experiences here. So now, five wisdom, okay? So first of all, the idea of, a very, very simple idea of wisdom will be self-realization, knowing oneself, self-awareness, rang ri ishe, rang jung ishe. These are the self-arising wisdom, wisdom of self-awareness. So that is the wisdom. So within that wisdom, or within the wisdom of self-awareness, so there are like a five characteristic of five wisdom. So the reason I'm trying to, the knowledge of the five wisdom is, of course, in all the schools that I have been talking with my friends from all the schools, from Geluk, from Nyingma, from Kaju, from Sakya, from Chonang, and from all the school that I've been talking, and all my friend teachers who they've been sharing their information, teachings about the five wisdoms. So it's clearly, this knowledge is very profound, and it is in all the schools that they teach and practice this. So here I'm going to say just read one line in Tibetan and maybe say a few words about that. This is the and the Tomba Sherap's, the founder of the Bön tradition, Tomba Sherap Miwoche, his biography. There's three versions of it: 1 volume, short version; 2 volume in the medium version; and 12 volume in long version. So one is called Dondu, one is called Zermik, one is called Ziji. So in Zermik, the medium version, in his life biography, which also contains the teaching, it says, Tungi Wanki Kuri Nenga Che Tuktar Tsechu Nenga Gochu Chir Nyempo Ishengai Chiluk Ne. So basically, what it's saying is the 5 poisons. So the ignorant, attachment, anger, jealousy, and pride. So these are called 5 poisons. So there is 5 poisons, 5 negative emotions, and these 5 negative emotions actually causing whole existence of samsara, all suffering. And probably, and your like earlier when we were talking about our pain, that every single disease, every single pain, probably the pain that you were experiencing in your body, you're experiencing now in your body, it caused by ignorance. So it's a kind of little bit funny and personal story. The reason why I'm having a little bit of shoulder problem, shoulder pain, is a number of years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I fell down and had an accident on biking, and I dislocated my shoulder. So I think it's something related with that. And so I was thinking, okay, what this dislocating shoulder has to do with my ignorance or ego or something like that. I was just quite asking question to myself. Then clearly I realized that, that very, very, very moment when I fell down, I was kind of very excited on biking and lost for a moment for that awareness, and then bum, I fell down. So clearly, and I said, okay, that very moment, like you're moving fast, there's some sense of like pride or ego or playful, something comes out, lose your awareness and connection, you fell down. So I can also see even in situations like that, it is connected with emotions and ignorance. So this is what he's saying is Ermik. These all samsara, the 5 realms samsara, they're all connected with the 5 poison. Because in order to overcome 5 poisons or 5 poisons created conflict or pain or sickness, this is the wisdom is the healing, like a medicine for those sickness of samsara. So that's what that's basically what it's in the Siji is saying, and that this is, I think, very true, and in all the other schools saying the same thing. So let's look a little bit like this. I think I always prefer to look at on a very personal level rather than a very intellectual level, or rather than a very philosophical or doctrinal or different tenet systems point of view. I prefer to look at in really like here and now in you and me. And so I want you to look at perception, a pain perception of self, for example. That is what is a current manifestation of our ignorance. Pain perception of self. So if you look at in your life this moment, you feel you are facing some threats, which is kind of very strong, some challenge, which is a little bit gentler, and some discomfort, whatever you're facing, or something that you're really forced to look at it, like you don't fall asleep and interferes your sleep, or it somehow interferes your flow of everyday life, and or it's so gentle that you're ignoring, you're successfully ignoring it. But I want you to really look closer in your life to able to acknowledge that pain perception of self. Like I identify too much as a father, I identify myself too much as a mother, I identify myself too much as a teacher. Whatever you identify yourself too much with something, the reason why I say too much with something, whenever it's too much, it produces a conflict and pain. So if there is a conflict and pain, there is too much identity related to some things. It could be some role, professional role, or moral responsibility, family obligations, whatever it is. But still, you don't have to identify too much in order to function the role. Sometimes not identifying too much will function better the role that you're trying to serve, or you will serve others better not identifying with that role too much. So that role is the ignorance. The opposite of that role will be the wisdom. So I think that is kind of, I think, one piece that in relation to the wisdom, that is something that I want everybody to, in first case, I want everybody to look at it. So this is the text from Shangyun Yinju, one of the greatest Dzogchen cycle of teaching in the Bön tradition. It says, Semji Ngo Tsema Chiang Madrupe Tongpa Niji Ishe. So Semji Ngo Tsema Chiang Madrupe Tongpa Niji Ishe, which means that the nature of our mind, there is no inherent existence. There is no substantial, there is no inherent, there is nothing inherently out there. It is all interrelationship, interdependence. The interdependence is there. So basically it's saying it's not only your mind, even which means your pain perception of self, which is, I think, is more important to address here. It is also a product of your mind. So pain perception of self, it's illusory. It is not really there, but you have successfully created, and as your creation of it, you are able to create a conflict, emotions. You are able to even create a physical pain. So I was just, reflecting on this, this Indian neuroscientist, Raman Chandran, I think, he from San Diego, that he have done some researches in 90s. He've done some researches about phantom limb. So in a mirror. So basically, putting the hand, the way you have the hand in one side of the mirror, and the one where you don't have a hand, you're trying to put the other side, and you're looking at the mirror where the hand is. When you move your hand like a left hand, so you see in the mirror, you see the phantom limb. It's moving, and real you don't have a limb. So illusory limb, hand or the limb, or the illusory perception of self, it's if you're able to see that very clearly with your awareness, and then it dissolves its pain. So basically, how come the pain can disappear in phantom limb? Because you are able to see its perception aspect of it in the mirror by help of your hand that you have. So this is, actual changes in the brain and actual physical pain is able to remove. It's a similar thing like a perception of pain identity. So this is what I'm saying, perception of pain identity here. When we think about the wisdom, so wisdom is self-realization, knowing who truly you are, and ignorance is the projection of self, who you think who you are, but you are not that. And all the pain is product of those 5 negative emotions, which is rooted in the ignorance or ego, or what I call here perception of pain identity. So when you are able to be aware, like wisdom of emptiness basically means realizing that perception of pain identity or that ego, even product pain, does not actually there. It's not there. It can be clear, of course it's there, you're perceiving it. You're perceiving it, you have created it. But if you are able to create it, you can also able to deconstruct or dissolve or liberate from it, because it's basically like a manifestation of that source. This basically, it's a creation of that perception of pain identity. It's a creation of that. The realization of that is able to clear those pain. So you can see our previous session is the working on the pain and working on this idea of, you know, that mind inherently not existing, and perception of pain identity inherently it's not there, and realizing it's not there is called wisdom of emptiness. Okay, let's try to keep it a little bit more simple. You know, it's like it always gets. I try to not to make it complicated, but sometimes it always it's a challenge to do that. And so, what is the wisdom of emptiness? Is in the Bön tradition we say Tongpa Ji, and I think in a Buddhist tradition it says Chöing, the wisdom of Dharma Dhatu. But basically, in essence, they mean the same thing. So what does that mean? Is realization of the truth, realization of your true self, or realization of self, or self-realization. So that that self that you have projected out there, which is not you, which creates whole image of you, whole story of you, whole world of you, whole pain, whole confusion, whole war, it produces that pain identity is producing all of that. So in this process of recognition, when somebody realizes these products, these producers, is simply outcome of disconnectedness to one's own inner source or inner essence. And by looking at that pain, like what we did, because when you disconnect, when you're not aware, when you don't observe, when you suppress, that disconnection it's kind of continues is the chain of samsara, or chain of pain, or chain of conflict. When somebody recognizes that disconnection, bring in awareness into it, reconnects to the source, and from that awareness, when you're able to address the physical pain, or emotional pain, or even a conflict, even a disease, then the awareness actually have a power to clear that, because awareness is clearing the producer of that disease, or producer of that pain, or that conflict. So for example, idea of, if you're trying to get rid of your addictions, many times you can avoid cigarette as a smoker. If you're a smoker, you're trying to avoid smoking, and you're in the process you're trying to avoid cigarette. You can do that, but easier to avoid cigarette, but harder to avoid smoker, harder to avoid the angry person, easier to avoid punching somebody, or saying some bad word to somebody, or negative imagination, but harder to avoid the angry person. So person as a subject, or the mind. So realization of that mind, that identity, it's not really there. Not really there. And able to see it's not really there. It's empty. The pain identity is not you. It's not there. When you are able to see that, then something happens deep inside. It's like a feeling, like this deep sense of freedom, liberation, release, clearing, space, dharma dhatu, or sometimes we simply call like the sacred space, inner sacred space. You feel that deep sense of space, and for a moment in which, just for a moment, that pain identity, the perception of self, took a break, cleared for the moment, and you feel it's clear, you feel free, free from that pain identity. It's no longer grasping the pain. It's no longer feeding the pain. It's no longer feeding the conflict, which is product of self or your mind. Because for a moment, you have this experience of the spacious mind, the emptiness of mind, or dharma dhatu of the mind. Or the space chöying, the space of the phenomena, or space of the pain perception. So when you feel, when you're aware, when you recognize that spaciousness of your mind, emptiness of your mind, absence of perception of pain identity, you are having some glimpse of experience of wisdom of emptiness. Of course, this is a big philosophical discussion. I don't want to get into that. According to the different tenet system, like in the sutric tenet system, ordinary person will never not have access to that dharma dhatu, wisdom of emptiness. Ordinary person will not able to have the experiences of wisdom of emptiness. According to the Dzogchen teaching, the ordinary person will have access to 5 wisdoms, or something very close to 5 wisdom, or similar to 5 wisdom, that have enough a transformative impact in our life, in our perception, transformation of self, how you say, the pain perception of self identity. One will have that. So one will also able to feel those things, feel those transformation and change.
I wish I could help, but you don't seem to be connected to the internet.
There are some informations, charts or something like that as it comes out. We will post there on the Facebook page that you will able to use them. For now, generally these teaching on Facebook Live, it's not very much information. I mean, it is information, but it's not like a very intellectual information with overwhelmed. I don't want it to be overwhelmed you all with the intellectual informations, but we will provide the basic informations which I feel is necessary to experience some, have some experiences with these teachings. So, and during these teachings, it's very much more based on experiential. What really it means to you, it means to me, it means to us this moment in our life, what it means, how it can help to heal my pain or prevent my pain, how it can heal, if it's not able to heal my pain or sickness, how I can cope with that, even in the last moment of the death, how I can cope and have like a deathless experiences of that awareness, eternal aspect of that awareness, changeless aspect of that awareness. So some sense of more understanding of that, Yeah, so I think it's that's all for now. I hope so. How was it? How everybody's doing? How all of you are doing, and how was the previous meditation, and how was this session of Wisdom of Emptiness? Okay, just maybe if you want, you can, in one phrase, you can say, what did you understand? What is the wisdom of emptiness? Go ahead. Since it's, the magic of the Facebook, everybody can, make your comment at one time. So nobody's interfering, no one, which is wonderful. So if you're trying to link the physical pain, the emotional pain, to this particular wisdom, so this particular wisdom, we said, the awareness of that the mind is inherently not there, awareness of the perception of self pain identity, it's not inherently there. We are not it. We create it, but we are not it. So, wisdom of emptiness is realizing that Dharma Dhatu, realizing that boundless space, which is absence or free of that perception of self, pain identity. And if that is free from that perception of pain identity, which is the producer of pain and producer of 5 emotions, producer of conflict, and if you are not aware of that sacred space, at least through the pain, through conditions, you are trying to recognize or connect back to the source. That's what we are trying to do. So I hope the practices of the healing of the pain through meditation and this teaching on wisdom of emptiness, I hope that you see some link there, and I would like to hear what kind of link you see. You don't have to comment now, you can comment later, and how they are linked, and how you're doing with your pain. So I hope you will, all of you will give me feedback, because I wanted to hear backs as we will continue for next 5 weeks. So I will see you all next week. So thank you so much, and I hope this practice is helping you all. So thank you. Bye.